Hey guys, what's up? Hope everything's good. So on Sunday I started streaming for the first time ever, and I played a couple of games and did the same thing on Monday. I'm going to keep on streaming regularly now, so make sure you do follow me on Twitch, because my games will pretty much always be played first on my stream and then I'll cast them in a video later on. So jumping straight into the pistol round here, it is a 3v2 in our favour and both of the terrorists are long. I have a teammate both on A and a teammate at mid. What I'm trying to do is get a pick before they get into A, just basically to make it easier to retake. I managed to get that pick, but then I push out and die. It was a stupid play by me really. I sort of misjudged where my teammate was in A. I thought after I got the first kill he would also be peeking as well, but it was my fault for peeking and I gave a stupid pick away, but luckily we did still manage to win the round. The following anti-eco round went smoothly and my teammates managed to get all 5 kills. However, they did then buy on the third round and went to A. I still had a mag 7, so I tried to get some kills on the elevator before they entered the site. Managed to get 1 kill but then get picked off. The enemy went on to win the round, so we are now 2-1 up at this stage. The next round we had to eco as the enemy had broken our money, so I went into B and got on the platform and had a deagle. What I like to do if I can afford a deagle, if I have over 3,500 or around that figure and my teammates are quite low, I buy a deagle, get onto that area on the platform and just slowly tap heads. The deagle is a very good gun in CSGO if you use it properly. If you tap slowly and fire 1 bullet every 1 to 2 seconds, you can actually get some really nice headshots. So the situation on screen now is a 2v2 with a bomb down in A. I managed to get a pick onto the guy in A, and from there we are in a 2v1 situation. I know the last guy for the terrorist is on short, so what I tried to do is fake the bomb defuse and make him come out to face us and then try and shoot him. I do manage to get the kill on him, so it worked, but what you can do in this situation is if you do not manage to kill him, is just try and flash him and go and push him before the bomb goes off if you have enough time. If the time's pretty low, a good thing to do if you can't smoke him out is just have one guy go close and play an angle and one guy sit under the fuse. That way he has to come out and should die to the person on the angle. The next round the terrorists are on eco. What I did is go on the platform, nade and then try and play aggressive and got flashed and died. That's the wrong thing to do really if they are on eco. What I should have done is take more notice of the money. The fact is they lost the last round, which is the gun round, and the round before that we managed to eco them, so they had very low money. So what I should have done in that situation is flashed and smoked like I was doing, but play much more defensive and make sure I can't be shot by 5 Tech 9s. The way I did it then would have worked in 1.6, but it does not work with the pistols in CSGO. So on to the next round now. I did have an inclination that they would do the same thing after being so successful on the eco round before. So I managed to get on the platform, get onto the ledge, do my smoke like I did last round, but just peek and shoot earlier, and I managed to get 2 headshots through the smoke. So we're at the end of the half now, which did end 11-4 in our favour. I did feel very comfortable with how the game was going. One thing I will say is on the CT side, there wasn't too much communication from my teammates. Anyone that's watching on the stream will probably remember. It was pretty quiet in game, there wasn't too many people talking, and the communication wasn't great. So we'll see how that works out going into the T side. So we do end up doing a bit of an A split on the T pistol round, with me and someone else going short and 3 people going long. We do get 2 entry kills, making it a 5v3 in our favour, but that quickly turns into a 4v3 and then a 3v3, and it ends up with a 2v2 with me and my teammate on short. In this situation the bomb is also down, so all we simply need to do is just one at a time make sure he's not defusing when he starts defusing. Instead, this guy on my team just ran straight out. He didn't even call that the guys were defusing because they weren't. He just ran out, gave them a free pick, and it turned into a 2v1. At this point, people on my team started flaming him and I could not hear anything. I had no idea they even started defusing, so we ended up losing that round because they just sat on the bomb and defused. Unfortunately, because I was streaming this game, I completely forgot to record a POV stream, so that's why I can't hear anyone on my team speak, because I did not record the voices. So I will try and sum up the T half with this round. So basically, the problem with solo queuing, in my experience, the biggest problem is having a team that just aren't willing to communicate or aren't willing to go out and try and get kills. Instead, what they do is play around slowly and wait for someone else to go out and get other kills. And with this team, even when people were getting the kills and saying come to A or come to B, people just weren't moving. They were just walking around the map very slowly, hoping people would walk into their crosshairs. So taking this round as an example, the opening kills or the entry kills for this round happened about 30 seconds ago, and still my teammate is just hiding around mid. He didn't even bother coming to help at A, and the CTs were then me taking from short and long. So what I tried to do is just take the bomb and run to B and try and get the bomb down. My teammate still did not come with me, despite people on microphone saying go B, go B, go B over and over again. So instead of coming with me into B and making it hard for the CTs to retake, he gave them an easy pick and died, leaving me in a 3v1 situation. What I did try to do was get an early pick and then stop them from getting into the bomb site by hitting my first few shots. As I didn't hit the first few shots, I ended up just getting swarmed. So the rounds kept on going like this, with people just standing around and not committing. So now, for example, I wanted to get a pick at long. I couldn't even get into long because my teammates just stood around. About 30 seconds later, so this isn't even at the start of the game, I came back to long and tried to still get another pick, but my teammates were still in there just waiting for someone to push into them. The same thing was happening at mid and B. No one was actually peeking, they were just sort of hiding around corners and throwing random grenades. It just wasn't really working, so we weren't getting any picks and we were just dying one by one. So this continued throughout the entire half, and people started raging on my team and having a go at each other, and we ended up going from an 11-4 victory to being down 13-11. Usually though in CS, if you just keep on playing and keep on trying to work a bomb site, you will eventually get at least 1 or 2 rounds, and that's what happened. We started stringing together some rounds and actually getting back into the game. The main point I want to make for this video is that if you are on a team and things are going poorly, or even if things are going well, just don't get complacent. Make sure you're always talking, make sure you're always calling where you die from, and make sure you're always trying to stay positive. Like I said in the last video, make sure that it's not just a situation where there's no talking. You can get away with that on some maps of CT, but usually as T you have to have some sort of coordination, whether you're just agreeing, or if someone says let's go B, you're at least saying yes or no, let's do this instead. Just don't be quiet. So as you can see, we did eventually come out on top, just about. We managed to get the 4 rounds required as T and ended up winning the game. I generally thought for most of the game as T that we were going to lose, just because of the fact I couldn't get anything out of my teammates. They weren't agreeing to tactics or suggesting anything, they were just staying quiet. On the screen now you can see some highlights from the other games that I played on stream. I didn't record a full POV for these demos because I was just going to have them for people watching the stream only. So hopefully you will enjoy these clips, and if you do enjoy them and you want to see me streaming live, please do follow me on twitch.tv/RobuLuS. So I am going to stream at least 4 times a week. I have so far streamed for 3 hours on Sunday and 2 hours on Monday, and it was a really fun, enjoyable experience after getting over the original nerves, because it is a new thing for me. But I'd like to say thank you for everyone who have so far followed me on the Twitch and has been talking to me and communicating with me and letting me know that you have enjoyed the stream. It's greatly appreciated, and I'd love to see more of you there. So the stream is something that will of course take time. It's going to take a few days or weeks at least to get used to streaming properly with a regular schedule, but what I'm trying to do is the same that I do in CS. Is every single time I stream I'm going to try and improve something on the next stream. So for example, I got a bot after day 1, and my next step is to try and improve my microphone placement, because I watched it back and I think my mic could be in a bit of a better position. So every single time I stream I'm going to try and improve something from the previous stream. So I do briefly just want to talk about my plans after finishing the series. So far since I got to LEM I have played 8, won 7, lost 1, and I hopefully will be close to a Supreme rank up and then hopefully global from then. And what I want to talk about is what I'm going to do after the series. So the next idea I have is I've already got a group of people lined up who used to be either professionals or ex-semi-professionals, and what I'm going to do is play either matchmaking or FACEIT or ESEA with them and record the voice comms so you can see the difference between solo queuing and playing with people who know each other and have decent tactics set up in the head. So that's my next idea for after this series, so let me know what you think about that. So my plan for Twitch is to basically, like I said previously, stream as much as I can and try and do some pretty good content. So what I will do when I get more comfortable with streaming is play all my games in the style of these videos, where I'll explain what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, what the enemy team should be doing, and just basically go in depth about all of my gameplay. What I also want to do is basically create a little community on my Twitch page where people can come and talk. I'm happy with how that started already. Just from the 2 days of streaming, there's been regular people coming on and being very talkative. Some people have added me on Steam and I'm very happy they've done that. They all seem to enjoy the stream and I've been getting along well with people. I've added some people as admins and that help is greatly appreciated. So yeah, so essentially what I want to do is bring these videos into a live stream situation a bit more and just have a community where people can talk about CS, talk about matchmaking, talk about professional games, talk about whatever they want to really that's CS related. So to help me achieve that, what I will do is create a Steam group, which I'll put in the description below, so please do feel free to join that. That'll be much appreciated as well. And also do follow me on Twitter, where I'll post every single time I'm going to go live. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.